Welcome back, everybody, to How Not to Souls. J-Ron here, and today we're looking at a Strength Intelligence build from the Elden Ring expansion, Shadow of the Erdtree. And this is based off a build that I started in Elden Ring a while ago. I put it down, waiting on DLC, so we brought in Shadow of the Erdtree, and, well, as you see, we don't really have anything signifying the DLC. We do look superb, and I feel that strength builds, as we saw with the Strength Arcade build, are very, very capable of dealing a lot of damage with very, very few hits. And this was really based off of Frostbite, and the cold scaling really worked well to get better strength scaling versus the straight up magic. The magic affinities. So let's just take a look at what we got our numbers, and we'll move on from there. As you can see, high health, 60 health, 21 mind. The one is from our blue hood, navy hood, which gives us just one extra mind but 20 mind basically for just enough to utilize our Ashes of War, and very mild spell casting. 40 endurance so we can wear the armor we want to wear and run around and swing our very heavy weapons. 61 strength because it's a strength build. 18 dex to beat weapon requirements. 75 intelligence to maximize our magic damage, and 6 faith and 9 arcane, both which our base. And as I said before, a lot of our weapons here are cold scaling, because with the straight up magic scaling, it was more balanced. You get more magic or more intelligence or magic damage out of it. But since we're going with strength and with frost buildup, we just did a butt ton of damage. But as you can see, our main, which I didn't use in the base game, but I'm like, we'll pull out the Giant Crusher. I mean, people use it for a reason. It's freaking ridiculous. Super ill. Lots of damage. Lots of damage. Oh, let's take a look at our AR. 2017, that's nothing to sneeze at. That's actually pretty good. But let's take a dive into our other things. So, Cold Claymore, the Carrion Sovereignty. Poker does, as you can see, scales better with a dex or like a dex leaning quality build. Although I do like the dex poker, it was not great on this build. Whereas Health and Steeple really did shine. It was probably my second most used weapon. Where would we be with our Dark Moon Greatsword? Though it's leaning towards a quality style, it still does a ton of damage. A Cold Zweihander, pretty well balanced between all stats, but really, really good. Cold Greatsword, I mean, where would we be on a strength build without our Greatsword? With Waves of Darkness. Moonwithill's Night Sword. If I went magic, this was it. This is really good sword. Really, really good sword. I love the Ash of War, the tremendous phalanx. Super amazing. I liked it quite a bit. A Royal Greatsword, which was used in the base game quite a bit. Kind of leans more of a quality strength dex. You know what I mean? Quality with a strength leaning on that, but still technically a strength weapon, because the scaling was tightly tips in its favor, and it's also really, really good. And Wolf's Assault House of War is absolutely absurd. I think like this is a given on any strength intelligence build. Ruin's Greatsword. This the powerful, it's strong, it hits really well, and the Wave of Destruction is absolutely absurd. I got more use out of the Star Scourge Greatsword in this playthrough. I think it's great. It's super good. I didn't go for Consort Radon stuff just because that was the end of everything, and why bother? Unless we're going to go into PvP, which we didn't. We just stuck with the Star Scourge Greatsword. Great options. Sidearm, Cleanrod's Cold Sword. As you can see, it's pretty good. Nice little sidearm. Horfrost Stomp. Cold Sword Lance. I liked it, but I'm also not crazy about the heavy thrusting swords. But they're still good weapons. They just don't really mesh with the all that great. but I still think it's a good weapon to have. Cold Omen Cleaver. That was from the base game. Freya's Greatsword, I think, would have been outstanding on this. Unfortunately, didn't get a chance to use it. Heavy Great Katana, which everything else didn't really like do that well with any cold scaling or like cold affinities or magic affinities. Always lean towards dex. This is more of a dex weapon, but I do like Great Katanas. I wanted to throw it on in just so we could say we had it. And with Ghost Flame Call, a little better than the Death Poker, I think. And so this is our ace in the hole. Heavy Rotten Battle Hammer if we needed to fight the Ghost Flame Dragons or really anything undead. But it was pretty just used for Ghost Flame Dragons. Those things are just tanky as heck. And it worked out pretty well because of all the strength scaling that it was involved with. Falling Star Beastjaw, which I liked. I didn't get too much use out of it, but still a good choice. And back to our Giant Crusher. Lusat's Glintstone Staff for our casting ability. We didn't use much spells, exception for Loretta's Great Bow, just as a long distance option to kite enemies towards us or shoot pots that are just kind of sitting there, like the little like mushroom pots or the string pots that are just hanging around. As you can see, our fashion, the Navy hood with the Beast Champion set. I thought it kind of just with the Navy hood, this kind of just screams intelligence build. Before we had the scaled set with Lusat's helm, which is the big round thing. I don't know. This kind of screamed out more to me of Captain Crushinator. It like just cold commander. Yeah, cold commander. I think that's what I will consider this, the cold commander or something along those lines. And our Talisman set, Archie's Blade Plus 2. Great Jar's Arsenal, so we can carry all the things. Everything was very heavy. Top with our high endurance. Yeah, that makes sense. Two-handed Sword Talents, so we get our extra damage on having our Colossal Weapons going two-handed. And Shard of Alexander, because Ashes of War are that much more powerful. For Wondrous Flask, I switched between... So the Opaline Hard Tier was there the entire time, but Stone Barb Cracked Tier and the Magic Cracked Tier. So one setup that broke stances, one that just did absurd magic damage. And yeah, let your consumables be what they are. Pots, knives, kukris. I also have Mikila's Great Rune on there, just because Mikila was being an SOB when I was fighting him. And he just kept giving me big hugs, which I did not really appreciate. So, more into our spells. Like I said, and I got more spells out of the base game. We saw the spells in the base game. But like I said, Loretta's Great Bow was our long distance option. We could have gone for Loretta's Mastery, but we didn't need to. We didn't need to at all. But if we did needed to use some form of weaponry that blended well with what we were doing, the Moonblade, the Great Sword, the Slicer, and the Gavel kind of goes with the just badassery of smash and smash. And for a light projectile, Glintstone Ice Crag. Stayed with the cold theme on that one. But literally, Loretta's Great Bow was the only thing we used as a casting utility. And it was more or less a utility, not really a damage doer. All in all, 9.5 out of 10. A. Solid A. Maybe A+, but I was feeling a little more generous. Really good. I feel this would crush in PvP. It crushed in DLC content. Absolutely amazing. And if you're going for PvP, you're going for higher level invasions, 210. Keep that in mind so everyone will more or less be on your level. And depending on where you are, you're not going to get this kind of crazy damage, but we're still going to be doing good damage. I think our damage is like almost 1,000 in base game, especially with the hammer, the giant crusher. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you later. Peace out.
Let's